Well, hey guys, welcome to the first behind the scenes slash scene preview segment for Spirit Blade: Our World of Shadows. Throughout this entire audio drama, as is the case with all the audio dramas I've produced, there are some really kind of big blockbuster type of like action sequences that are really complex and they take a lot of time, and then there'll be other little moments that are very subtle that I still put a lot of time into. And one example of that is in the music that you're about to hear me and see me working on for one scene in particular. I was going for a style of music that would represent what a rebellious teenager of this future time period might be listening to. I figure that rather than going like more sci-fi and high-tech and electronic sounding, that maybe popular music would be moving more and more toward organic types of sounds. And so I was just kind of experimenting, since I couldn't find any licensed music that was going to be as bizarre and weird as I was going for. So I decided I was going to create the rebellious teenage music of the future by myself. So here's some of my process in doing that, and then you'll get a sneak peek of the scene that this music was a part of, which actually sets up one of the major subplots of Spirit Blade: A World of Shadows. So I hope you enjoy. Okay, right now I'm working on Raynin's music, which is Raynin is a rebellious teenager in Spirit Blade: A World of Shadows, and is got some loud music of his playing in the background while he's kind of fighting with his mom. And so I'm working on what that sound will be. This probably isn't Necro, but it's probably the next thing after Necro, because Necro is out of style and stuff like that. So this is going to be some other, just whatever's in with the kiddies right now. And I want the audience to feel like it's weird and terrible, just like the mother does. So with that in mind, I'm mixing together some weird sounds. I made some weird sounds, recorded myself making weird sounds. Turn down my rearing. Oh my gosh, that really sounds terrible. Oh my gosh. So I gotta bring everything down so you can hear my... Okay, now you can't hear my baby scat. Baby scat is something that, I don't know if my wife started calling it that, or me, but it's almost like it's not an intentional kind of Dana Carvey ripoff, but it probably somehow Dana Carvey got in my head and I just kind of ran with it. But with our boys, I tend to, when they were little babies, I would grab their hands and dance their hands around while I made rhythmic baby scat noises. I go, and so I thought, well, I'll throw in some frickin' baby scat. That's weird. Alright, that top wailing one is really... I can bring that down more. I want to hear more of that baby scat, so I'm probably going to cut this up, get some other sounds out of the way a little bit so we hear just a little bit of it. Now you watch, this is going to be prophetic, and this actually will be popular in 10 years. In which case, I might make a mint on it, being the pioneer. Wouldn't mind that. Gosh. Yeah, I gotta be careful because I still want it to be identifiable as some kind of music. Crap. Alright, I'm gonna dink around with this a little bit.
Gentlemen of the board, the proposition I put forth today is more than a new strategy for the more than a new strategy for Atlantis Incorporated. It represents more than a new strategy for Atlantis Incorporated. It represents a new. What, Raynin?
Zara and Tamis are going to The Sims.
And?
Can I go?
Raynin, we don't have credits for that, and you see them every day.
Online doesn't count.
I don't care. Go make your own credits. You're as worthless as your dad. And turn that drac off.
You're such a scag.
Yeah, I heard that.
Good!
Gentlemen of the board, the proposition I put forth today...
Incoming file transmission.
Glitch! What now?
Falcor Legacy Program activated.
Hello, Victoria. If you're seeing this, well, it means I'm dead. Probably because of the Brezing Shada somehow.
What?
But this is my little insurance policy to make sure I don't go down alone.
Pause playback. Bring up Newsnet.
A shocking story. Once again, just hours ago, a terrorist attack resulted in the destruction of the Atlantis corporate building and the Kandahar Center, which had been constructed to house the alliance between Atlantis and the Shaden Technological Corporation. We can also confirm at this time that Claudius Falcor, president and CEO of Atlantis Incorporated, perished in the first attack along with more than 300 Atlantis employees. We'll bring you updated figures as we access more information. Now, your daily affirmation from the enlightened prophet of the World Church of Unity.
You deserve more. Follow your heart. You decide what is true. Resume Falcor Legacy playback.
Now, lucky for you, this means my majority of the shares, and therefore Atlantis Incorporated, is yours. Your father was a spineless slug of a brother, but somehow his daughter turned out tolerable. So, congratulations. Unlucky for you, the Shada, if they were responsible for my death, will be coming for you next unless you lick their boots and play fetch. Of course, I could just be paranoid, but there's one way to know for sure. Downloading now to your RCF account is a log of my meetings with the Shaden Council. I activated a full sensory recording without their knowledge before every meeting we had. Look at the recordings of our last few meetings for any clues as to what might have happened to me. If I'm wrong and just smoked one cigar too many, then enjoy your new position and try not to run it all into the ground, and know that the Shada are not who they claim to be, but are useful just the same. Now, if I'm right, and the Shada did kill me, access file A117 in this folder. We'll have some work to do.
A117. Falcor Legacy, playback last recorded meeting between Claudius Falcor and the Shaden Council.
Claudius Falcor! Brothers! Friends! How can I be of service?
Silence your foolish banter. We have been infiltrated.
What? That's not possible.
Computer, verified date of record. File name says this was a year and a half ago. That can't be the last meeting Claudius had with the council.
No corruption present. Date of record verified.
And we'll sweep the entire city. I promise you this problem will go away.
Your promises are no longer of any value to us, Claudius Falcor. You are no longer of value to us.
No, wait.
Your assets will now be reacquired by the council.
You can't take Atlantis. I built this company.
Irrelevant. We will take Atlantis and more. Much more.
What are you doing to me?
What the fuzz? Show me a parallel bioscan. Isolate neurosynaptic patterns.
Traumatic alteration registered.
The transfer is complete. Claudius is expired and been expelled. This body is now mine.
Excellent. Proceed as planned.
With pleasure.
Whatever he may look like, that is not Uncle Claudius.